Hello and welcome to the RNN. I will be your host, Wyatt, and we will be going down the weekly report for the week of January 12th. Our week starts with Dominara. After last week's series of many, military wins, Dominar has endured its first real loss to yours truly, the Redlands, the GOAT, and they have lost 8 destroyers, with the Redlands losing 0. Scoreboard, little boy. Anyways, all was not super bad because Dominara did manage to defeat Gemini in the air battle over Sinai on Monday. In retaliation to this loss, Gemini has declared that they would be building a new fighting force to fight the Dominara fleet, and Dominara and Deuce continue to have a great alliance through all of this. In other news for Monday, the Colorado Coalition has agreed with the Rob Empire to create a Colorado Russia in, you guessed it, Russia. So, we will be looking forward to that. Now, on to Tuesday. Tuesday started off with major land gains for the Redlands and the USSSA. As they had come to agreements with the Rob Empire, the Redlands agrees 20 eco for 2 islands north of itself, almost doubling its landmass. And the USSSSSA or whatever, that's enough S's, they agree to trading their half of India that they agreed with in the Dominara War last Friday for, you guessed it, African land. Now you may be wondering, why would the Rob Empire sell so much of its land? Like, why would it give away this proportional amounts of land for only 20 eco and some land? Like, that doesn't really make sense. Land is a very valuable resource. Well, it is because, first off, the Rob Empire's main goal is to take over all of Asia, apparently, or even Eurasia, all of Eurasia. And doing this, they were able to gain some very key land, and, they don't need Southeast Asia, so I guess they just gave it to me. Thanks, dude. I will pay you back, by the way. We'll get to that, though. Yes, but the real reason is because Isaiah Heck has left Clash Dominion after losing the Dominara War today, and sadly will not be joining us again. This is something that I personally, when I attacked his blockade on, Monday, I was not expecting this. I was hoping that this wouldn't happen, and I'm deeply regretful, honestly, of being part of this outcome, even though I would have taken his land 10 times out of 10. Anyways, just because Dominara has left does not mean Deuce is leaving with him. In further news this Wednesday, the Rob Empire and Wakanda have both sent troops to Deuce to fight Oleandra, who has joined the war against Deuce to assumably take some land. I mean, I would do, because it's a lot of land. Anyways, these troops were sadly killed by Oleandra magically. I don't really know how, but I'm really glad I'm allied with them, because this guy's kind of scary, or this girl, because you guys have been, whatever. You get it. This person has been pretty scary, and they were able to take up 950,000 troops, 800,000 of which from Rob, and 150,000 of them from Wakanda. The Rob 800,000, that is very important, because the Rob Empire is now down to 500,000 troops for the week, which is not a lot of troops at all, especially considering the Rob Empire has set out all of those troops against Tushung Shiro Shori or whatever, Japan, those guys. So now his mainland remains completely undefended, which is a very large mainland, and I'm just going to get in with you guys. You'll see in a couple seconds, but there's kind of a plan against him, so, 6-7, I don't know. We'll get on to that. Well, I was hinting about this like 5 seconds ago, but the Redlands, Gemini, Country, Oleandra, and Huge Anus have decided to bum rush the Rob Empire, presumably to take their eco before Friday hits, which would flip the scale of the Rob Empire's power and allow a takeover of the country. We have to wait till Friday to see if this plan will be successful, but the Redlands News Network at the time suspected that 2/3 would be, lost. So we'll get on to Friday in 1, 2, 3. I have the power of editing. I can do it whenever. So Friday, the Rob Empire, they fell. Simply put that, they haven't necessarily left yet, but it is not looking good for them. More than the Redlands News Network, RNN, has presumed, the Rob Empire is down to 20-something eco, like 26 eco. It's crazy. I mean, heck, even I have like 4 times their eco. What? I should not have that much eco. Anyways, the Rob Empire will likely have to sign a treaty or leave Clash Dominion, and the invading countries, plus the Inca Empire, who wasn't able to get there in time, sadly. They will be getting land, though, because, you know, it's the thought that counts. But the Rob Empire can either sign a treaty by this Monday, or they will just have their capital fall, and the terms of the treaty will be met, which I will put up on the screen right now. Anyways, as you can see, this treaty, the Treaty of the Shattered Empire, very cocky name, but, like, you know, it's kind of true, agrees that all the signees, first off, will not attack each other for 3 weeks after the Rob War ends. Gas masks will be shared by the Redlands/Gemini/the F Students Invention Initiative with all the signees, and the signees agree to settle all the land disputes peacefully, namaste, and land will be put aside for new countries, which is where this is interesting. I'll get back to that later. Land will be put aside for new countries or countries that were a part of the Rob Empire as it dissolves, that are becoming independent if the plan was a success, which it was, obviously. And, I mean, this one doesn't really affect you, but we all agreed to gang up on people that didn't do it. Signees include the Redlands, Gemini, Country, Oleandra, the Inca Empire, Hugh Janus, and Tuhu Shingai Suwu. I'm Japanese, bro. What can I say? Now, if we take a look at this war map, we can see that the Rob Empire's main problem was that they consolidated their eco into the European countries and China, meaning it was easy for people that bordered those areas to take over that land and leave the Rob Empire with not very many mines left over. This strategy is very effective, but it also shows how you need to fortify and consolidate your country, or else you can risk people ganging up on you and this happening without you suspecting it. Anyways, if we further look at the European side of this map, we can see that Gemini and Oleandra have seemed to have taken Rob's main capital area and sieged it. It seems that they were able to pull Emperor Demetrius out of the capital or something, or catch him lacking. I don't know how they did it. I'm on the other side of the world, remember. But they were able to publicly execute Demetrius. So, yeah, I guess either, I think his predecessor is going, or not predecessor, I think his heir will take the throne if he survives the rest of this war. But one thing is clear, these dudes aren't playing around. Like, this Gemini, I'm pretty sure did this. This dude is not playing around, you know. I love the dude, but I would not want to be executed, you know. Yeah, that seems like it's about it for the news this week. What do you need to take away from this? Well, obviously, there is a lesson to be taught here. You need to consolidate your area. It's a smaller landmass with a very consolidated, very strong military is much better than a larger landmass that doesn't have such protections. And also, as a part of that treaty that was signed, there may be some open land designated for new members to be joining Clash Dominion, as well as the shattering of the Rob Empire will lead to 1 to 2, 3, 4, heck, I don't even know how many countries will come back, which means a lot more players in negotiations, alliances, and possibly 1 to 2 new countries, new people that we will be interacting with, and that we will be economically benefiting from, that we have to trade with and fit into our economic system. As always, the Redlands News Network remains completely unopinion-based. Besides these short opinion segments, we deliver only the truth to you. Only true events are put on the Redlands News Network, so there's no reason to worry about any of that. And we are hoping for the best of world peace, which means we do not believe in executions. We don't, for the most part, we don't believe in executions, but we absolutely do not believe in the removal of members, because I personally have been hearing about plans to remove the Rob Empire completely from the map. And I would just like to state that that is not my end goal. I would hope that the Rob Empire takes an area probably around the east of Russia, and we divvy up the land fairly between everybody, so everybody can keep enjoying Clash Dominion / History Repeat / the country game. And yeah, we all be friends until like the last 2 weeks, when we probably will all kill each other, because apparently the goal of this game is to take over the world. I didn't realize that. I'm trying to go to the moon. Don't worry about me. You guys do whatever you want. Anyways, peace out. It's been the Redlands News Network.